Hey, what's up everyone? It's Joey here. Today we're going to be attempting to restore this used copy of Pokémon Yellow. As you can see, the condition of the cartridge is not too terrible. I mean, there's scratches, but it's definitely dirty. So we want to make sure that it is, clean. We'll also be replacing the label. I know some of you will be against that and you'll be angry, but you know what? This is for personal use. So it's not that big of a deal to me to have an aftermarket label on it. So that way, it just looks better to me. Let's just get right into it. First thing we're going to do is take apart the cartridge with a game bit driver. If you're buying them online, it usually comes in a 2-pack, and this is the smaller one. So we're just going to take this apart. Set the screw to the side. Now with the cartridge, you slide it down and then it comes right off like that, and then you can just simply pop out the circuit board. Now the game actually does not save, so today we will also, in addition to cleaning it, we will also be replacing the battery with a new one. So just a banded replacement tabbed cell. So that'll just go right on here. It'll actually be this way, as the bottom is negative, the top is positive, where you'll generally see writing on it right here, and then the bottom doesn't have anything. So on the circuit board, you can see right here it says negative, right here it shows positive. So we just want to make sure that we solder that on the correct way, which will be just like that. But before we get to that, we're going to set the circuit board to the side, and we're going to focus on the cartridge itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some isopropyl alcohol and just scrub it down and make sure it's nice and clean. And then we can take a little bit of a surface cleaner and just rub over it a little bit for finishing touches. Okay, just take our toothbrush and scrub this down. I'm just trying to knock the big stuff off, then we'll wipe it down with a rag afterwards. It's not too bad. I mean, just surface dirt, so it's all coming off with a nice scrub from the toothbrush. Now, what I really want to get is the Nintendo Game Boy logo. There's dirt all in the letters, as well as these little fins on the side. It's all coming off easy enough. I mean, I'm sure you can't see it on camera, but there is a little bit of dirt all over here. So we'll just take our microfiber, just wipe that down quickly. And just wipe it. The sticker is pretty much ruined, but like I said, I'm going to replace it anyway, so I'm not too terribly concerned. The inside looks good at least. Alright, all of the dirt is now gone from inside the Nintendo logo. You just have one little speck that is inside of the E. Let's see if we can just get in there. And it's gone. All right, perfect. Okay. That looks good. Set that off to the side. Take the other one. Let's see. Yeah, the sticker is thrashed. We're just gonna go ahead and scrape it off. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Just need to. We're just gonna start fresh. So, like I said, this is personal use. So. You know what? I'll just use my fingernail because I don't want to. Would use the knife, but I mean, I suppose I do have a little scraper here that I could use, but we'll see. I don't know that I necessarily feel comfortable doing this because I don't want to ruin, or I don't want to mess up the cartridge and get it all scratched up either. I think I will just stick with my fingernail. And I'll probably cut to the part where this is all done. I think I'll hit it with some alcohol. Help release the adhesive. If you had a cartridge that was intact, with the sticker was intact, and you didn't want to ruin it, I've seen a couple of different people do different steps. You could use light heat on it to help release the adhesive, and then when you lay it back down, you can try to heat it up just a tad bit more to kind of help reactivate the adhesive. You can, I've seen some people use alcohol at least as well to kind of pour it on top, and that also helps release the adhesive. That putting alcohol on it kind of worries me a little bit. I mean, it appears to work fine for some people, but I feel like you should definitely test it on something that you don't care about first before you start tearing up a, you know, Game Boy cartridge. Even a you know, one that has more value to you personally, whether it be Pokemon or a Zelda or any other game for that matter. Doesn't really matter what it is. Me particularly, I love Pokemon and Zelda, so I don't think that I would probably go that route if it was me. If the sticker was in good enough condition, I would most likely just leave it alone until, it's kind of hard to see that from all the glare, but that looks much better than it did. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to give our circuit board a clean. We'll just use a cotton swab for this one. The pins are pretty dirty, so we're going to give them a scrub first. Oh yeah, you can see that nastiness on there. The game was still reading without any issue, and it was playing, but it didn't save. So that's why we want to make sure that we clean these really good, and then once we change the battery, hopefully it will save just fine. And look at that; those were looking a little nasty at first, but that gold has just popped right back out. Don't think we're gonna have an issue. I don't see any other obvious issues on here of, you know, any sort of damage or corrosion. It's just dirty. So we'll just give it a once over with the Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol. Make sure everything is nice and clean. And we'll pull out the soldering iron and we'll go ahead and some residual flux. So I'm not sure how much of that we just missed, but all we did was wipe down the circuit board with isopropyl alcohol, make sure the pads are all nice and clean, and now we are going to go ahead and desolder the battery and solder on a new one. Now I don't have really an easier way to do this. I have paste flux, which is kind of a pain in the butt to work with, not gonna lie. I would not purchase it again merely because, as you can see, it's just sticky and gooey, and once it gets on there, it works perfectly fine. It's the getting it on there that makes it kind of a pain sometimes. So, have our soldering iron all nice and heated up. Alright, so we're just going to melt the flux on there. Add a little bit of fresh solder in the mix. Okay. And we'll take our tweezers and kind of use them as a fulcrum to lift this up while I do that. And that one's off. Alright. Same on the other side. And we're out of there. Alright, just make that so it's nice joint for the next one to go on to. So, just out of curiosity, we are going to go ahead and test the old battery and see if it's in fact dead. I do believe that this should be supposed to be somewhere around 3 volts. So this side is the positive, bottom is the negative, so we're just gonna do there. We're at what, 150 millivolts. That's reading correctly. That is an extremely dead battery. Now, if we test the new one out of curiosity, go ahead and flip it over so that way it's flat. So, there we go. 3.3 volts. So that other battery was not only dead, it was extremely dead. So toss that to the side, don't need that anymore. Now if we look at this again, you want to make sure go in the right spot. We have positive on this side, negative on this side, and if you look at the tab, this is the negative and the tab runs off to here, so you want to make sure that's on this side, positive on the other. So we're going to lay that back down there. The flux is still on there. And we're going to go ahead and grab our soldering iron. Press it down a little bit. I'm just gonna use my hand. Big of a deal. Alright. I just want to tack them in place. And come back and add some extra solder. Find where I just set it. Where did I just set it? Oh my goodness. Okay. I just want to put a little extra solder on there. That doesn't want to stick at all. Let's go ahead and add some more flux. And that's what I'm talking about. Pain in the butt, that particular flux. Okay, try that again.
Okay. I think that we are good to go. They both look connected.
Probably could have stretched out the tabs just a bit so that way they held better, or not held better, but so that way they were more in contact with the pad, but shouldn't really be that much of an issue because you're still getting the full contact in there. Flux is a bit corrosive, so if you can help it, try to get all of it off. Alright, we got nice shiny solder joints and they look solid. Just gonna give it a, make sure it's on there. That one's on there. Full front of that tab, full front of that tab. Okay, so now we will take, you know what, let's, one more little swipe on the battery. Okay, and we're done. All right, it's time to put the finishing touches on our Pokemon Yellow with a fresh sticker. It's actually been like a week since I recorded the rest of this, but I had to shoot, it might even have been 2 weeks. I had to wait for the sticker to come in the mail. Like I said before, I know some of you won't be super stoked about this because it is not an original sticker, but like I said earlier, this is my personal copy, so I am okay with having an aftermarket sticker. There we go. Now, it basically looks brand new. Get the camera to focus here. Oh, come on now. I don't know why it's trying to focus over there. Focus right here. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to insert it in here and verify that it saves. And there you go. Like I said, I've already been playing it, so there's my save file. We're good to go. Awesome. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Share, would be greatly appreciated. Have a good one.